man. G'day, legends. It is Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crannk.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, I've got something special for all you headbangers and melody maniacs. We have Finland's own heavy metal powerhouse Battle Beast who are back, bigger, louder, and stronger than ever with their latest album, Steelbound, which is dropping October 17th. It is their seventh studio album. It is coming out through Nuclear Blast. It is a thunderous mix of metal grit, synth fire, and that unshakable battle beast spirit we've come to love. Joining me today is Eero Sipilä, one of the key architects of the sound, bassist, songwriter, and all-round groove general. Cheers, mate, for joining me.
Well, thank you very much. Now I feel flattered. Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Mate, this is an absolute bloody pleasure. I've been listening to you guys for a little while. I kind of come across you guys just before COVID and dove deep into it. Circus of Doom was an absolute ripping album. Tell me a little bit about Battle Beast, what this album means to you.
That's actually a really hard question. For me, like you mentioned Circus of Doom. That was like a pretty dark album, like on Battle Beast standards. Maybe not a dark album on like black metal standards. But for us, it was a pretty serious and dark tone record. And I feel with this one, we all kind of like all of the songwriters, we kind of started moving the other way, and made I wouldn't say lighthearted, but kind of this uplifting and maybe a bit more hopeful record than the previous one. And it's a bit more loose, like very broadly speaking. Like the arrangements are a bit kind of more laid back, and I don't know, it's very hard to kind of put it in any sort of nutshell, because I feel like the album kind of opens up on all directions, and it's very hard to like emphasize just a few parts of it.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And each Battle Beast album, as you mentioned, does seem to evolve. Heavier here, more melodic
Hmm.
there. You do something a little bit different on each album if you do
Yeah.
listen. Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about what was the guiding vision when you first started shaping Steelbound.
We don't really like plan anything. Like we kind of just work individually, and we always take the approach of writing songs first, and then at some point we kind of pulling the songs together and see what we have and what should be taken to the next steps. And but like we don't have any like guiding vision or like any thematic things we want to bring through. We just do the songs, we put them together, and we kind of do it that way. Like I think one of the last things that we decided for this album was the album title. Like we had no clue. And then we just figured that, okay, Steelbound, that sounds pretty good. It also sounds a bit silly because we already have an album called Steel, but I don't know, it just felt like a good title. And you know, how should I put this? Like it's kind of acknowledging our past, that we have an album called Steel and this is called Steelbound. You just got to deal with it. And but yeah, there was no like guiding vision or anything. We just did the songs, and it's funny. Like I said, we don't plan stuff, but it still seems that collectively our minds seem to go always together in some certain direction. Like on this album, there's a lot of like these themes of empowerment and all that sort of stuff. And again, it's not something we planned. Just those kind of song ideas and lyrical topics just came, individually for each one. And yeah, there you have the album. Just all of our imaginations put together.
Yeah, so many different like as you said, Circus of Doom was a really dark album, but then again you had
Yeah,
these really uplifting songs as well. But
right.
then you also touch on the other ones like Watch the Sky Fall and
Hmm.
Riders of the Storm and so many different elements. But every time I hear Battle Beast, it's like, especially with this album, it has this really empowering feel to it, and a lot of these songs as well that kind of make you bounce your head, and these real nods to like 80s rock themes as
Yeah,
well, with that heavy synth and those catchy hooks and those amazing guitar riffs as well.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of our expertise, I would say. Like we just really put so much time and effort on the songwriting. Like I don't know anyone else who does it. Like we go through like every individual element like a million times over. Like there were like so many nights I would like go to the studio and spend 6 hours working on like some guitar arrangement with Joona, and then I come home and my partner asked me like, "What were you doing?" And I'm like, "How should I put this? We were just recording some guitars that sound like racing cars going off, and it's very hard afterwards to say like you remember that time when you asked what we were doing in the studio, like listen to 2 minutes and 5 seconds, listen to the guitar over there, that's what we did. And like I would like to do this kind of well, not track by tracks, but kind of do these videos where we open up the arrangement and show people what's inside there, because there's always so much stuff. Like I think people see Bell Beast the simple music, which in a way it is. Like we're not trying to be the new Dream Theater. They're like often structurally very simple, but if you look at the how should I put this, like the texture of a song, there's always so much stuff. Like the song on the new album, Angel of Midnight, there's 18 different guitars, and we just totally went insane with that. So it would be fun to showcase it all for people, because it's not something you necessarily hear. It's you feel the elements are there, but even if you try to listen it, your ear can't distinguish every single part that's in all of those songs.
Yeah, exactly. And then being able to work with Noora, she's just such an amazing
Yeah,
vocalist. There's some real
she really is. Yeah.
heavy elements on this, and then the real melodic moments. It's just it must be such fun to kind of make music with her in mind, being the vocalist as well.
It is. It is a lot of fun, and I feel very blessed that we've been able to do it for so long. And also like we also like kind of custom make all the songs for Noora's voice,
Yeah.
what's the best key for her to sing in, and sometimes we put in key changes and modulations to make the melody flow better and Noora's vocals sound better. And if it means that some guitar riff will have to be played differently, then that's what you got to do. Like melody comes first and vocals come first, and that's always our approach to music.
Yeah, and I did mention it, that really throwback to those 80s kind of rock,
Mhm.
heavy synth
Yeah,
vibes in this, and Twilight
yeah.
Cabaret is definitely one that encapsulates that. Like, I played that, and that just stuck in my head, dude. I was like, this is some
Yeah,
groovy motherfucking
yeah,
shit, and I just loved it. And the more you listen to it, you
yeah.
notice those little points in this album as well.
Yeah, like Twilight Cabaret, like I can think of, any other band that would make a song like that. Like I think we're kind of known for, in a way, like kind of expanding the limits of what you can do in heavy metal. But like when I heard the first demo of Twilight Cabaret, I was like, wait, is this too much? Like, can we make a Latin jazz salsa influenced heavy metal song? But yes, we can. And now it's there, and people are like, the previous interview I talked with also loved that song. So I guess it's really making an impact out there.
Yeah, dude, it's one of
Yeah.
those songs. The whole album, like, I loved the singles that are released on it, but
Right.
also
Yeah.
the cuts. That I'm a whole album kind of person, so like, I
Yeah.
love the
Yeah.
way it ended with "Watch the Sky Fall." "Riders of the Storm" was a great track, and "Last Goodbye." All these other tracks that haven't been released. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for all the fans and listeners that are going to be able to dive into this whole
Right.
album. But is there any track on that album, like, and I know it's like picking a favorite child, dude, and week to week.
I Yeah, I think it's maybe too early. Like now, I think we're still like too close to the process. Like maybe give it, like, ask me again in 10 years, and maybe I will have one. But and it's also like for me, like it's like when you hear them on the album, it's one thing, but when you play them live, it's a whole different world. And when you see the audience reaction, that kind of makes the song for me. Like I don't generally like listen to our own band when I'm at home, but I don't like to. I mean, who the hell would do that? But on the shows, like we do a song and everybody goes batshit crazy during, like, I don't know, Bastard Son of Odin. It's a song that always gets the crowd going. Like I love the song when we play it live, and that's how it's all the kind of crowd favorites. That my favorite song is always the one that people enjoy the most.
That's it. Take me through your tone on this
Yeah.
album. What were you chasing sonically?
Um, well, there's actually like this is like the most natural sounding album we've made, or like I don't know if that's the right word, but there's like we use actual analog keyboards. All the drums are natural. There are no samples. All the guitars are played through real amps. So I think we just kind of sonically, I would say, we wanted it to be rich and vivid and warm sounding record. But like I think like when you start describing music, you easily get to this. You know what Frank Zappa said. It's like talking about music is like dancing about architecture. It's kind of hard to put words on those certain things we wanted to do. But yeah, I would say it's very intricately thought out and extremely polished. Extremely intricately arranged. Like there's not a lot of like loose rock and roll. It's like everything is planned and fine-tuned to the perfection the way we see it.
Yeah, so some of the guitar nerds watching now are really going to kick my ass if I don't ask. The rhythmic backbone of Battle Beast. Tell
Okay.
me a little bit about what setup you were using for this album.
For the guitars
Yeah,
or
for
for
you.
me,
Yeah, for
the
you, man.
guitars, yeah, I have a very simple setup. I play my Spectre bass and just kind of played it directly in. Then we had a little EQ, but that's it. Like it's different than my live setup, but like that's just the raw sound of the bass and some EQ. That's all there is. I wish I could tell you anything about the EQ, but I don't understand shit about that, so I really can't.
And you've got a bunch of
Yeah.
shows lined up for the release of this album over
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Europe, yeah?
You could say that like we're just having like after this we're gonna have the last rehearsals before the show and then before the tour starts and then we're gonna ship all the stuff to Germany. But yeah, it's 39 shows, which is the longest tour we've done and I'm like right now I'm really looking forward. I'm really happy that we get to do this. Like again, ask me in 2 months how worn out and tired I am, but right now I'm just really looking forward because it's been a while since we've done this and I really can't wait to present all the new songs, to the people.
Yeah, well, the energy on this album, it just has some really great songs, as we kind of mentioned, that are
Mhm.
just going to absolutely rip playing live. You must be looking forward to getting a couple out there. Is there any in particular you're looking forward to kind of seeing how the crowd reacts, or?
Mm, I'm, well, honestly, all of them. Maybe for me personally, Blood of Heroes, like because it's kind of got this different vibe. It's very cinematic and kind of made for, to be plays made to be played in big halls. So I really hope it works out and people connect with that song. So, but honestly, I'm basically looking forward to, seeing the reaction with all the new songs. So yeah, yeah, all of them, but Blood of Heroes especially.
Eero, absolute bloody legend, mate. Thank you so much for joining me
Thank you very
today,
much.
man.
Thank you. This was a lot of
Steelbound
fun.
does drop October 17th via Nuclear Blast. Everybody, if you're a fan of soaring metal hooks, fist pumping choruses, go get it, blast it loud. The neighbors are going to want to hear it. Last word shout outs. Thank yous are all yours, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Please check out our new album, and we hope to see you at a show sometime, somewhere. Take care.
Absolute legend. Cheers, mate.